This is 1982 D Washington quarter in MS67 plus condition. According to PCGS, the 1982 D Washington quarter is very common as the mint struck over 480 million examples. Circulated examples up to about MS65 are very common. MS66 examples are much more difficult to obtain, but for a small premium one can be purchased or even found in rolls, mint sets or bags. In MS67 they are very difficult to find. It is probably easier to buy one than to try and find one. Anything grading higher than MS67 is considered rare. This plus designated specimen ended up selling for $1,437.75 with buyer's fee. Number 6. This is 1953 Lincoln Cent in PR69 Cameo condition. According to NGC, proof sales leapt another 50% from 1952, the result of both normal growth in the hobby and a speculative mania for proof sets that would peak in 1957. Non-Cameo gems of this date are fairly plentiful. Those displaying Cameo or Ultra Cameo devices are more available than for earlier Lincoln proofs, but they still form a minority of the total population. This specimen with Cameo designation ended up selling for $2,309.62 with buyer's fee. Number 5. This 1912 Lincoln Cent in MS65 plus red condition. With its very low mintage for a 20th century cent, 1912 is scarce in all grades and genuinely rare in fully red gem condition. Examples in the higher circulated grades of VFAU are seldom seen, and most pieces in lower grades are marred by damage or corrosion. As far back as the late 1930s, collectors were already reporting great difficulty in finding this issue in circulation. Well-struck 1912 cents may be found within the surviving mint state population, as the example illustrated clearly reveals. The reverse is more likely to show heavy die erosion, as these undated dies were used in succeeding years until they failed. This one was sold for $3,600 with buyer's fee. Number 4. This is 1940 Jefferson nickel proof with reverse of 1940. According to Stax Bowers, highly reflective surfaces are dusted with iridescent toning in golden apricot, reddish rose, antique gold and powder blue toning, the most vivid colors lining the left obverse border. This may be the more plentiful hub type of the proof 1940 Jefferson nickel, but it is still a noteworthy condition rarity in grades that approach perfection, as here. It was sold for $5,280. Number 3. Here is 1946 Jefferson nickel in mint state 67 with full steps. Brilliant satin surfaces with a full strike and outstanding preservation. Enough full steps 1946 nickels have been certified to satisfy less discerning collectors, although for the advanced set registry participant there are precious few available. This one was sold for $7,200. Number 2. Here is attractively toned 1949 Roosevelt Dime in MS68 condition with full bands. The obverse is painted in rich bands of colorful iridescence that intensify at the right border, showing a blend of teal, violet, and magenta hues. The reverse remains virtually brilliant, save for a slight dusting of olive patina visible under scrutiny. Perfectly executed and essentially untouched, the present piece simply cannot be improved upon. It was sold for $13,200. Number 1. This is 1911 D Lincoln Cent in MS67 Red condition. A nearly flawless example boasting uniform golden apricot coloration across each side. Rich, matte-like luster blankets the fields, creating a lightly proof-like complexion across the reverse. Remarkably sharp for the issue and immensely attractive to examine in hand. A microscopic mint-made planchet flaw below the M of America is the only discernible pedigree marker. It was sold for $42,000. If you have any questions or want to share your own numismatic discoveries, please feel free to leave a comment below. And as always, keep your eyes peeled for those hidden treasures in your coin collection. Because you never know when you might stumble upon the next big find. God's will, see you in the next episode.